What's up, everybody? We're doing a little bit of a different thing today. It's been kind of a slow couple of news weeks. So Sovol's graced us with a brand new printer, a new spin on the SV06, and it was under $300. So I figured, why not? We'll pick it up. We'll see how it goes. And of course, my logo light is being a pain in the ass again. Actually, the reason we were late is we didn't watch the time because we were playing with this guy here, which, if you guys saw my follow-up yesterday of the what did they call it, the 3D Maker Pro scanner, the hardware on it's great, but the software sucks, and if the software doesn't work, there's no point in having good hardware. I think they just messed it up. But I have a job that needs scanning, so based on Doug and my buddy Mike's recommendation, I picked up the Shining 3D Einstar. So I'm going to get used to using it. It feels way more beefy than the 3D Maker Pro one. And I ended up giving the 3D Maker Pro one to Jordan, and he's going to play with it because it does work. It's just the use cases we're doing, it's not working very well. So we're going to try this Einstar out. I've had a lot of people tell me it's really good, and we just play with it. And I actually scanned my desk in, like, I don't know, what was it, like 30 seconds, and like got
it came out great
of the entire desk with color and everything. It was awesome. So, but yeah, sorry, we're a couple minutes late starting. That was why we were playing with the scanner that just got dropped off, like, I don't know, like 30 minutes ago. And we have a kitty in the cat tower. That means you have to give them the kitty Go-Gurts.
I do. They're in my fridge.
Although Puff looks like they're about to take a nap, so probably
he's been chilling.
Too bad you're not on speakers, and I can say the treats word and make them go crazy.
Next.
So, but all right, so here's the SV06 Ace. I'm gonna do this here setup while we do the unboxing. I don't have my wireless mic pack. I forgot to set up and put batteries in, so I'm using this. If this ends up not getting me my boom mic here, I can put the headset mic in. It's not as good, but it's fine. I mean, we could, let me see. So do you guys prefer, is this one okay enough for the stream where people are not going to be leaving comments like, your microphone sucks? Like, so here's a Behringer XLR mic. Or sorry, Behringer's my input, AKG mic, and then here's my headset mic. So is this?
It sounds like you're on a phone.
Sounds like I'm on a phone. Okay. Versus this mic that I paid.
This one's a lot cleaner.
Yeah. Oh, it better be a lot cleaner for how much I paid for the goddamn thing. All right. We'll go with this one for now. But all right, it's all sealed. I have not opened it. Unlike other YouTubers that are just shills, I bought this with my own hard-earned pesos. So we're going to give it a fair shakedown to see if it's good or if it's a flop. So, yeah, we're going to see. So this is basically a new spin on the SV06, which was a pretty good machine. I have one, and I have the Plus, which also bought with my own money.
It seems like, unlike reality, they're actually, from what I've seen,
like
of this
taking their
they're
time.
actually taking their time and doing meaningful
Well,
upgrades.
aside from, let's put a little asterisk there, we can exclude the SV08 because that one was kind of a fiasco.
I mean, mine's been working great. I have like 700, 800 hours on it so far.
Okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, we got the manual here. We got a filament sensor. Nice. I think that's essential on any printer at this point in the development of machines. Okay, we'll talk about this in a bit. There's like this. This is the hot end.
It's USB-C.
It looks like, well, it's not actually USB. Well, maybe no. I don't think it's a USB-C. I think they're using the connector. I don't think this is a USB-C in terms of the USB-C standard. So, but this looks pretty cool. Like the duct looks like it's well designed. Same. We're going with.
You know what it looks like?
Looks like the bamboo heater.
It looks like the bamboo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It looks like a bamboo hot end.
Yeah.
Except it has a replaceable nozzle. Thank God. So one reason I run our hot ends on our bamboo is because I like being able to just change my nozzle instead of having to take the whole damn hot end apart. So,
but like the duct design looks exactly like the was it the A1?
I have not looked at the A1 duct. We do have a 4-pin fan here, so we got a PWM control fan. Looks like a 4020 on here. Looks pretty good. You know what? I wasn't
tripod. Is this the SV07?
No, the SV07 is still sitting in the box right over there. It feels pretty well built. It looks nice. I mean, Sovol hasn't really put out crap. They've had stuff. Oh, do you see this? There's a camera on here.
Yeah, they have a little integrated camera.
I just saw the price. I saw it was an SV06 variant, and I clicked buy. I did not look at any of the features, really. I was like, people are going to be asking about it. I kind of want it. Maybe I'll give this to Krista to replace her old SV06.
I've watched a few of the videos and everything on it so far.
Oh, and looks like it takes Volcano-style nozzles. The thread's a little different at the end there, but I'm going to see if a Volcano will fit in there. We got a USB card or USB disc. Looks like a replacement wiper, so it's got some sort of nozzle wiper on it. We got grease, screws, tools, and more of the blue flush cutters. Are they blue? They're blue.
Yeah. If it's anything like the SV08, then it's going to be a proprietary.
Chat, what do we do with this? Chat, what do we do with this little filament thing? What happens to these? What do we do with this, chat?
There's mine from 10 years ago.
Well, that's a spool. This crap goes in the trash, since chat's not listening. Goes in the trash. All right, we got a spool holder with a roller bearing in it, and it's not super smooth. It's got a slight bit of resistance, and that's actually what you want for your spool holders. You do not want them to just spin forever. You want them to have a little bit of resistance, because if you have one that spins too freely, the spool can unravel itself. So if you guys are making spool holders, it may seem like a good idea to have it move completely freely. It is a horrible idea. The spool will unravel, and you will get tangles. So
I do hope they improved it over the SV08, because the SV08 spool holder did have that issue.
Unfortunately, we have some weird off-brand power supply, just like on the 06 Plus. It's not very heavy at all. Like it's pretty damn light. We do have the voltage switch here. I'm just going to preemptively set this to 115. It does say to switch it. So we're going to set it to 115. Yeah, I'm probably going to replace this with a Meanwell. What is this? It just says 3D Chongjin. It's so weird. It's claiming to be a 360 watt. We can probably run a 350 on here. We run a 350 on the SV06.
Is that a 3-pin?
Yeah, it's one's a ground. which I do like.
Yeah.
So you got a earth ground, and then you got your positive and negative, which I like. I'm not going to complain about that. All right, this is probably the screen. Let's see. 10 minutes, Chaz going to go nuts, telling you to switch it. Yeah, I'm not Joel telling. I don't forget basic shit. So.
God, both of us were in his chat yelling at him.
And he's like, the printer's not working. It's like flip the switch. And guess what? We were fucking right, because Joel Telling's an entertainer. I was just talking to Jordan about this. He is not a technical person. I don't know how he's not a technical person after doing this for, I think he's been 3D printing for longer than I have. And he still is just not a technical person. It boggles my mind. So, like, what's a good way to, like, Joel Telling is to Linus Tech Tips as Gamers Nexus is to us, right? Because Gamers Nexus, if you guys watch PC, Gamers Nexus is very technical. Linus Tech Tips is getting more technical, but for the most part, I watch LTT for entertainment. I watch Gamers Nexus for, like, technology facts and stuff. So, yeah. All right, let's get this out of here. Let's see how they have this all packed in here. It is packed very well. Oh, we got an actual flex plate. Thank God. Not a floppy magnet. Those floppy magnet ones. I will say, though, there is a flat ribbon cable here, and this could be potentially easy to damage getting out of here. So be very careful with it.
Yeah, if you're not paying attention.
So, and it's for the screen. I am not a fan, because we have a Cobra 2 Max in here, and they use this. These are not really meant to be exposed to the elements. These can get damaged very easily. So I'm gonna give them a little ding for that. Like, they should have a proper cable that's rated for, like, use where it can be exposed and people can touch it. Those cables are typically for inside of devices, not externally. So I think I got everything out of here.
What was it that the like Neptune printers with their screen, they had like a phone jack on theirs. Like, that would be so much better here than a flat ribbon cable.
Yeah. All right, so let me reposition the camera here, give you guys a little better view. Gonna kind of focus it in this area because this is where we're going to be building the printer. I cleaned my desk just for you guys today. It took me like an hour. I had so many projects backed up. All right. So let's just take a look at this. Oh, this is interesting. So we're moving away from V wheels, and we're going to these newer, the Cobra 2 has these, where it's these like metal rollers on stainless steel rods. They're supposed to be
that are retained.
Yeah, they're supposed to be better. They still have eccentric nuts. There's eccentric nuts on this side and this side. Oh, I just realized there's foam blocks under the bed.
I was going to say double check for foam, because I saw one of the people who unboxed theirs having issues with sensorless homing.
Yeah.
And yes, this does
the bed has an earth ground here, right here. I like that. Yeah, that's nice to see.
How often do we actually get to see that?
Wait, I'm missing a foot. There's adhesive here. Where's the foot? I'm missing a foot. So
DeWitt, yes, this does. This is a clipper machine. I think it's a bastardized version of it.
Okay. Let me check the box and see if what's in there. What's in here? I lost a foot. Let's see. Well, let's stick back.
The tripod is in here. Maybe he can help.
He doesn't have any extra feet.
I mean, he has extra shoes.
I mean, I don't know if a shoe would help. I need the actual foot. All right. This is really tight. This cable. This is so when you guys are building this, you have to be really careful not to damage that flex cable. I'm not a fan of that.
I am 100% sure somebody's just going to try to pull that out of the box.
Yep, and it's going to get like, I know better, but your average person is not going to know better. Most people in chat are not going to be like, oh, I should probably be careful with this. This is a flex cable. Let's see if the manual mentions anything about it. There's a sticker on here that says face, and there's an error, whatever that means. All right, we're going to look at the manual now. Let's see. Oh, don't wear cotton gloves when operating the printer, Tor. Right here. Don't wear cotton gloves. That's a very weird, specific thing. I feel like somebody did that, and now it's in the manual because somebody did that.
You know, all the like Chinese demo videos, they're all
Oh
wearing.
Yeah, they have all the cotton gloves. Okay, fair enough. All right, let's see. So we're gonna kind of gloss over this. I'm gonna have this sitting here. It's pretty standard. So they're showing the control box on the bed, which we have right here. You're gonna slide the top gantry on. They're calling this the base kit. You're going to use two M5 by 50 screws on each side, and then the control box snaps onto the back. There's no mention of being careful with that cable. No mention, zero mention. You snap the camera module onto the front. It goes on the right side. If you're looking at the printer, on the right side of the X gantry. They show you how to put that on there, and then you screw the extruder on with three M3 by 8s. So that bolts on there, and then it says line the nozzle kit with the 3 pre-drilled holes in the X axis slide base, then lock it with the 3 screws. So we're just going to put it on there. When installing the nozzles, make sure to check if the harness rotates. I know what that means, what they're trying to say. They're basically saying to make sure you don't have it all tangled up, which is a good note, but I don't think most people are going to understand what that means. So, and then we're going to pop the display on, bolt the power supply on, and the spool. So pretty straightforward. Should be a pretty quick build.
Do we want this person in here?
I don't know. We're going to see what's going on here. Hello, Emerson. Why are you vertical? Are you on your phone?
I am on my phone. I pulled over to the side of the road so I could chime in real quick.
Why? What do you have to? Oh, although we were wrong, my K2 is not going to be here before your ret rig. You actually got your ret rig.
Hey, Jerry.
That's right. I was going to say the SV06 Ace is all nice and grand, but my rat rig came in today. All 5 boxes.
Wow, you didn't lose any boxes in transit?
No, I mean there was a couple that are pretty beat to hell, but luckily all the contents were okay.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
We got a lot of tools with this. This is actually nice. They give you the nozzle cleaning needle, a pair of tweezers, and then a little pusher. It's a kind of a small diameter for a pusher, but it's a pusher nonetheless. And then
I got that with the SV08.
Yeah, there's thermal paste here. I'm assuming this is for if you got to work on the hot end. You got a spare nozzle here.
Right for the nozzle.
Wow.
Some generic looking knee tag. This is a knockoff. I actually have, these are a knockoff of the SanDisk. I have SanDisk that look just like this, but this is that knee tack brand. And then tons of
the same one they used with the
they give you a bunch of zip ties too, which can always use some zip ties. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
but with that nozzle, I am pretty sure that it is a proprietary one. It's very similar to the.
So I'm wondering. It depends on how the hot end is. I'm wondering if they don't have threads all the way up, just so you can't use volcano nozzles. And if that's what they did, that's a shitty ass piece of shit.
It's a little bit longer than volcanoes, if I recall.
Is it? Okay. We'll check. I think I got some volcanoes. Oh, and they also gave me a little scraper, which okay.
It's a mini spatula.
I actually have some of those from back in the dark days when I used not flex plates. So all right, let's get these on. These are the 4 bolts for the gantry to bolt that to the base, and there's little washers in here.
Right, I'm dropping off so I can watch. I just want to let everybody know. See ya.
So they don't mention putting these lock washers on here, but that's what they're for. So you're going to put the lock washers on each of the bolts before you put them in. That will help keep them from backing out and loosening up the entire gantry. So, there's no mention in this step where you use them to put the washers on there. None. But you're going to want to use them on that gantry. So let's slide this on. And it is machined out, so it actually locks in there pretty good. And I'm going to cheat.
Slot to get in.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Is that backwards? Oh no,
no.
It's just weird seeing the motors in the front.
The SV06 has the motors in the front. The 06 and the 06 Plus have the motors in the front. All right. So much quicker than doing it by hand. Especially these long screws here. The threading all feels really nice, so you know, I have a higher expectation for, well, actually for Creality and for Sovol these days. So I would expect things to be a little better made. All right. Okay, we're gonna put the control box on, which is right here. And again, be very careful with this. Like you see some bends in it, but hopefully it's okay.
It looks like the hole isn't as wide as it should be for it.
So there's the USB ports. This is, I'm assuming, the extension cable for the filament sensor, so I'm going to plug that in. I would assume, yeah, it's taped up right here up top. So the filament sensor cable's right here. They have it taped here. Gunk on the back of my, oh, it's on the extrusion cover or something. Is that a cover? It feels like a cover. Yeah, so there's a filament sensor cable. All right. Now we got to bolt the hot end on. So here's the hot end. And we want to make sure that the cable, so like you see how it's like, want to do this? We don't want to put it on like that. We want to unwrap it and kind of straighten it out to make sure that it's going on straight. So it looks like it's bolted on right here. Yeah, so there's 3 screw holes right here. They go through the back here. There's 3 screws. That's all that holds it on. There's a alignment tab on it.
Yeah, Kitty, the Sovols have been pretty solid for a while now.
They're
not without issues, but they have been better.
They've typically been higher quality than Creality. But Creality, I mean, that was a while ago. But I think Creality at this point, they're both pretty on par. Creality's new stuff is
with the K2. The K2 is going to be.
The K2 is going to be crazy. I can't wait till ours ships. This is kind of exciting to get on here.
Hide us for a second, so check.
There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. And I need M3x8s, which are right here. And it's all the way at the top. Hang on. I'm going to have to set this down. Because the gantry shifts all the way at the top. Those 3 screw holes between the 2 wheels are where we're bolting this up to. I'm just going to use a screwdriver for this one. Using our TH3D screwdriver kit. Put the top one in. It's lined up on here. Screw in. I didn't check the C. I wonder what they're using for bed leveling. If it's because I don't see a probe on here. I'm wondering if it's doing a nozzle probe.
I believe it has a strain gauge.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like a strain gauge type thing. Which hopefully that technology has gotten better, because when Creality did in the CR6 series, it was horrible. The only problem, and I've had this happen, the only problem with the strain gauge stuff is if your nozzle isn't completely clean, it will throw off your first layer height. And I've had that happen a few times on my K1 and even the Bamboo. If it doesn't fully get everything off of there or it oozes out after, it'll affect your bed leveling and throw your initial Z height off. I'm wondering what this is for. There's a 4-pin connector here. Yeah, but I don't see plugging it. Oh, plugging the side here. Okay. I probably should have looked at the manual. I was like, it's got to go somewhere. Yeah, it's got to be the USB for the camera. It's probably USB. All right. Let's see. So we've got the camera on. Maybe it tells you later, but it actually doesn't tell you to plug the camera in the directions. That cable is not even shown in there. Let me see if they go over it. So the next step will be the screen, then the spool hole, and then the power supply and the spool holder. No, wait, here it is. Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Nope, no mention of plugging the camera in at all.
Filament
so
sensor.
You plug the motors in, filament sensor, X-axis, motor connector. Oh wait, they're calling that no. Okay, they're calling it the X-axis motor connector, but it's not even the same plug. They're not even. It's not even the right thing. I guess they just reuse the same thing from the filament sensor. So we got to plug the power in, the 2 motors. This is supposed to be the camera. This is a typo. This should be the camera connector. And then the filament sensor. That's all correct. And then please select your correct voltage. We already did that. All right. So let's get the screen on. Okay. So, man, this is a tight. Okay, so the arrows here. There's an arrow on here that says face, and there's an arrow, and there's an arrow here. So it will only go in one way. That's the correct way. There it goes. Yeah, not a fan of having that type of cable. That's just begging for it to get accidentally damaged. All right, so here's our 1Z motor. We'll plug that in. And there's another one on the left. You can see the cable under the bed there.
Sub 300.
What?
It's sub 300, 220 by 220 by 250.
Yeah. What? There you go. It's like my fill light shut off. All right. Let's get the power supply on and then the filament sensor. So the power supply, I'm going to see what they say to use to mount that. M4 by 20s. Those are M5 by 10s. Those are for the spool holder. Here's M4 by 20s for the power supply. All right. Let's get this on here. So this mounts with the fan towards the control box because we're going to screw it into the side screws here. Put those in. These, I believe, take a 3mm. Yeah, I think one of the upgrade things, I did look at some of the market materials, and they said that one of the things they did upgrade was the rods that hold the X gantry are actually 10mm instead of 8, so they put a little bit bigger ones in. Why is this not threading? This is like not wanting to thread into the PSU hole at all. Threads on this PSU suck. Oh, they're crunchy. Is it going? It's finally going.
Yeah, Kitty,
I'm not surprised. This is just some cheap knockoff power supply. You know, they always cut costs somewhere.
Jeff,
sadly,
this is a clipper machine.
Sadly, the power supplies are one of the areas that they cut corners in. So.
Kitty, this is a load cell type ABL.
Yeah. Man, these power supply screw holes.
Robert, I like Clipper. I use it quite often. Pretty much all my machines are Clipper. So
yeah, I mean, I don't dislike Clipper. Clipper is like, it's just complicated, and the problem is a lot of new people try to use it and have no idea what they're doing, and then they end up with a printer that doesn't work. And then we also get people that, will buy like a part from us and then expect us to set up their whole clipper machine, and they get pissed off when we tell them like, no, that's not our responsibility. But we can do that on our hourly charge, which is, we have tech support. We can absolutely set up basically any machine with Clipper, but we're not doing that for free.
People think it just makes it fast, but you can do the exact same stuff on Clipper with Marlin.
Yeah.
Like all you have to do is increase the accelerations and tune in your profile.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's funny because like the reason people associate Clipper with fast is was their big thing, but like all the magic, which is usually input shaping, Marlin has it and it works great.
And Marlin is doing a lot more with input shaping now too.
Yeah. No, they got a lot of new stuff coming out. All right, let's get the spool holder on. And according to the picture here, it goes on like this. I'm going to put that up here, and then this cable connects into the filament sensor. We got 2 screws left.
On production machines, honestly, they should just stick with Marlin.
Well,
it's a lot simpler, it's cheaper. You don't have
most of these companies don't know how to set it up is the problem.
Or they have to bastardize it.
Right. That's the other thing. So like it's like, oh yeah, you have Clipper, but you got to stay on our Chinese hacked up version of it. You can't actually just run standard Clipper, which is like standard Clipper. I really like standard Clipper. It's when you start getting into these machines that have like these crappy interfaces on them and you can't just
custom
wipe
versions.
it. Yeah, and not custom in a good way, custom in a they took Clipper and made it worse kind of way because they wanted to put their cloud integration or whatever crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
They should just have an advanced mode that you can turn on and get all your stuff back. Because it's kind of the same thing they did with Marlin. They would turn off a bunch of features. You wouldn't have access to the stuff that it's capable of using. And it just makes the experience worse. All right. Cool. It is all put together now.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be flashing mainline Clipper to my SV08 very soon. I actually just flashed over Danger Clipper.
With that one, you can.
Yeah.
Oh look!
I also want to get a better.
Did they steal the Reddit logo and then just? oh, hang on! Ready?
Beautiful.
All right, let's see. Start. Should I do it in Chinese?
No.
That'd be bad. I get stuck in Chinese. Yeah, we're not connecting to the network. Let's see if the Wi-Fi actually works. The only benefit the Clipper machines have is typically they come with some sort of network interface, like Wi-Fi or Ethernet. But then again, you're putting a device on the network with Chinese software on it that you don't know what it's doing, which is not something I want to do. So we're gonna skip that. We're gonna do a self-check. We're gonna hit start. So now we got 15 minutes to calibrate itself.
Oh, geez.
It literally says 15,
so chat, how are you doing today?
15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Yeah, I personally love Clipper too.
Look how slow they have the Z-homing going. I'm going to take the little cover off the camera here.
I think the host is on the board. It's like a dual board. We'd have to open it up after we get the first print done.
I mean, I could take a look at it while it's going. It's just one screw like USB.
But yeah, I love Clipper. I have it on just about all my machines. Technically, all my machines that are running right now have Clipper.
I have I want to say 30% of mine are running Clipper, and the other 70% are running Marlin. Or our flavor of Marlin. Oh, hey, look they never peeled off the. It says remove after washing. So after the boards get washed, you're supposed to take this off. Okay, so we have soldered on drivers.
Yeah, that's a dual.
Oh well.
Combo board.
Here we go. the memory's fucking soldered to the board. Do you see that 0827 sticker? That's
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that's the flash memory.
Also, is that a like USB-C port in the center of the board?
Yes, it is. It says OTG USB. So I'm assuming that's to connect to do like flashing or whatnot. It's a nice looking board. I'll give them that. They have crimp ferrules on everything. So if we zoom out here, there's crimp ferrules on all the input terminals. See that there? So that's good. I'm glad to see that this is becoming a standard thing. However, like if you wanted to wipe all their software off, that's more than likely. This is definitely the CPU. This is more than likely the actual memory chip where the OS and everything is stored, because this runs Linux. This is running Linux. Clipper needs Linux to run. So unlike on the SV08 where you can just disconnect, take the eMMC module out and reflash it with whatever you want, this one is soldered to the board. So the other downside is once that flash memory dies, this whole board's garbage.
Jeff,
So,
with steppers, they're 2209s if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it looks like they are. It's funny that they have these giant heat sinks instead of just properly designing the board. We see this with all the Chinese companies. They don't want to spend the money on the proper copper count on their circuit boards because they're being cheap asses. And then they put the heat sinks on the top of the board. They do have a cooling fan right here that blows onto them. So, like, it looks decent. But, yeah, here's the Wi-Fi antenna right here. So there's no Ethernet. It's only Wi-Fi. I don't see any Ethernet ports in here at all. It's not like you're hiding down there. Oh, and I think I see a GigaDevice chip for the actual control board section of this hiding behind the ribbon cable.
Well, if you look at the top left,
I think that's a GigaDevice down there.
I just saw an STM up top.
That looks like GigaDevice right there. Let me see.
It's not. It's
Let me.
focusing on
I know.
wire.
Hang on. I'm overriding the camera right now. I'm gonna go to manual focus.
Hey, 3D Medical.
That's GigaDevice. There you go. Yeah. So they're using the knockoff chips on here. GigaDevice. Right
look
there.
at the top left of the board.
Top left. That's a Wi-Fi chip. That right there.
I thought it said STM on it.
That's a Wi-Fi chip. FN Link. Yeah, and then that's probably oh, there you go. That literally says, see that to the right, that's a USB 2.0 hub chip. So there's our CPU for that actually runs Linux, and then this is, like I said, this is probably your flash memory, since right off the CPU. Fairly simple board.
Robert, I'm pretty sure that's hot glue.
Yeah, and there's a little switch here too. Don't know what this switch does. There's a little switch right over here. Oh, OTG or host. So I'm assuming that switches whether this port, this USB-C port right here, is active versus all the other ports on there. So, yeah, and it looks like it's their own board. It says Sovol RG-4Z 1.2. So it looks like their own. Although there's a WinBot is usually like, that's probably flash for like,
yeah,
flash or RAM. It's doing input. Hey, it's doing input shaping calibration right now because I feel it vibrates. So it does have an accelerometer on the board. This stupid HDMI cable. Hang on. Did my camera just shut off?
Dude, what is that?
That's the printer. That's the printer rattling, doing input shaping. There we go. Okay. Don't know why the camera just stopped working for a second there. But yeah, all right, I'm going to close this up. Yeah, it definitely has an accelerometer on the board. So, like, it's cool that we're getting all these new features on these, like, relatively cheap machines. But the problem is, like, it's going all proprietary on the boards. We're not seeing the days where you can just swap the board out for a better one. You're basically stuck with whatever you have. And then if the manufacturer decides to stop making the parts, you basically have paperweight. So it's not like they're using a standardized tool head board, a standardized control board They're using their own proprietary ones for each one, which I'm not a fan of that because I like to be able to repair my devices. And if you can't get the OEM parts, you're basically you're screwed.
Yeah, to swap this over to like a main, more common board.
You're not
going
going to do that.
You're replacing the hot end. You're replacing the board. You're replacing the camera. A lot of the connections you're going to have to rewire.
Yeah, gone are the days where you can just pop the old board out and pop a new one in. So, all right, it's cleaning the nozzle now.
Oh yeah, this has a little nozzle brush, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's in the back left here.
And it's indexed plates.
I'm wondering if it's got... There were only 4 stepper drivers in there, weren't there?
Yeah, the toolhead board's probably going to have one for the hot end.
Oh, okay, so we might have independent Z leveling. That'd be nice. Yeah, toolhead board's definitely going to have one in there. It's still going.
Yeah, independent dual Z motors for simplified leveling. So yeah, they have Z-tilt set up.
I just wish you could wipe their software off and put a standardized one on there, because like basically you have all these, if you have all these, you have a Sovol, you have a Comgrow or whatever, a Quiddy, Quiddy, I call it Quiddy. I guess it's called Chitty though. I've heard other people call it Chitty Tech. But QIDI, these are all clipper machines. I have all sorts of different clipper machines here, and they all have their own different flavor of it that's modified by the manufacturer. And I'm willing to bet too that this has a completely different flavor of clipper on it versus their SV07, which is also a clipper machine.
From what people have said so far, it looks like you can flash mainline clipper on it, but like that screen, you're not going to get clipper screen on it.
That's yeah, I don't think so. Maybe they figured out how to do it. I'm gonna go grab a roll of film.
Robert, like some of their old printers have been pretty good. Like we have one in the farm that's been pretty reliable. But yeah, their most recent one where they're like calling out Musketeers for his him like trying to help the community and point out a major flaw in it. They're like, don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And it's like, I watched the videos that he did on it.
Well, to be fair, he may be right, but to be fair, he has a reputation for, screaming fire in a crowded theater type stuff when there's nothing wrong.
Well, no, there's actually videos.
No, I know there's stuff wrong with that, but that's
smoking.
Yeah.
All right, the new one that catches fire. It does. Nobody's. I haven't seen any.
I have an XMAX 3 here that Jim from the Edge of Tech gave me, and it's been a good printer. So the XMAX 3 seems decent. I mean, I like it. It's got a heated build chamber. It's got a big build volume. The BL Touch is screwed up multiple times. The funny thing is on the XMAX 3, it has a BL Touch. They literally, shittily, to fit it into their toolhead space, they cut, just hacked off the top part of it that has the mounting points for it, because they have it clamp onto the main body, and you could tell that somebody literally just took a BL Touch and snipped it off with flush cutters, and that's the official OEM part. It's not like they even did it nice where you snipped it off and then sand it down to make it smooth. No, you can see where they literally just hacked at it with a pair of flush cutters. So there's that.
I've always done Qi because the Qi chargers.
I guess, yeah, Qi. Yeah, Qi. The Qi chargers. I have tons of Qi chargers around here. I basically, aside from when I put my phone down at night, I basically wirelessly charge over. My phone's on a wireless. I use
I need to use the wireless charger.
So I don't like Apple, but I will say their MagSafe standard, which you can buy MagSafe cases for your Android phones, and you can buy MagSafe chargers for $20, and you just plug
I have
it into
this here,
USB-C.
but I don't have the charger plugged in. I can't pull it out more.
Yeah.
I just use it for the watch stand.
So we'll see. Comments wanting attention. Just get it over with. Come on. Here he is. He's like, Dad's streaming. I got to get pets.
Your cat is watching you, Tim.
Krista
just sent me an image.
Yeah. Hello. I know. We're still waiting for this damn thing to I was like about to say we should probably get back to the review, but then I remembered this thing is literally taking. Said it was going to take 15 minutes. I guess we can go back in the stream and see how long it actually takes. So, yeah, I will not buy a phone anymore that doesn't have wireless charging. I use it. I have the MagSafe chargers in the car. I have them all my desk in here, my desk in the shop, my desk in the basement. I have one on my dresser in the room, but like there's stuff on my dresser, so I just have a USB-C charging for it by the bed. But I put one on my dresser so that way if I really need to get up in the morning, go lay down. If I really need to get up in the morning for like an early appointment or something, I have to get out of bed to shut the alarm off. So
what is it? I love mine because it has power share on it, so I can charge my watch from my phone.
So Doug said we started calibration about 11 minutes ago.
Doug, his scanner got here. We were playing with it before stream.
Yeah, Doug probably just joined. Here we go, Doug. Look at, got a big boy scanner, not that 3D Maker Pro. Dude, it sucks. I hate when that happens. Like when I got that, I was playing it. My first scan with the 3D Maker Pro scanner was amazing. It worked. It worked. It just I literally just had a temperature scanner here, a fluke temperature scanner. I scanned it, I rotated it, and it merged all the miles. Like, damn, this thing really works. And then I can't remember what else I scanned, but I scanned another thing, and I was like, okay. And then I brought it out to the shop, and we've had customer jobs come in where we need to use the scan, and we use the scan as more of a reference to then redesign the part. So we import the mesh into Fusion and then use it as a reference point. And the last like 3 things, it just loses tracking all the time. Now we were playing with that Einstar scanner and it lost tracking, but it didn't screw the mesh up. So it knew it lost tracking. And all you have to do is move back to where you were and it'll get its bearings again and then keep scanning. Whereas the 3D Maker Pro one, their software, it's software that sucks with it. The software kept overlaying the scan on top of another scan and they weren't aligned and it was driving me nuts. I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. And like the price on that one, I think is $700 to $800. This one's like $9 something. I think we got it with their Black Friday discount. It was $749. So I was like, okay, so this is basically the same price. This is a way better unit. I have my buddy Mike that was on the stream a couple months back. He's over in the UK. He does scanning professionally, and this is the scanner he uses for doing stuff. Like he scanned bigger stuff, small stuff. This should be good for medium and up stuff. Like I can scan a whole car with this. Like I literally just bring my laptop out there, plug it in the laptop, and scan an entire car with it. So, but I'm going to see how it does on like the medium-sized parts. So I'm going to bring it out to the shop and see. I looked at the Pop 3 Plus. But when I saw side by side, there was a guy that had the Einstar and the Pop 3 Plus. The Einstar just was way smoother, way more like kind of cohesive with how its workflow was. And the Revo Point was losing tracking all the time. And that's what I'm dealing with the current scanner I had. So it's not worth it. Comet, go lay down. He's getting very annoying.
Probably not today. This isn't really a hangout stream. This is more review and teardown.
Yeah, we didn't have much. We didn't have much news today. I'm surprised nobody said anything about the little CRT TV hiding over there on my shelves. It is still going. Test 1. Tap the ribbon cable from the screen. I heard it's very dodgy and might fail, so maybe wait till the end of the stream. Yeah, I already said I was not a fan of those type of cables. Those type of cables are intended for use where the user cannot touch them, like inside of a device. That's where they're supposed to be used. All right, I'm going to load the filament. It says start to begin printing, so I don't know if it's going to start printing a thing, but there's no filament in here, so I'm just going to feed the filament in because
I do like that Sovol has pretty much kept this up. Their little knob on.
It's nice. It's a nice little addition. Why are you not feeding in? Oh, it might not be hot yet. I thought it was hot.
Yeah, Jeff. I was telling Tim to check his email today because I saw.
Okay, so
got shipping for the one he actually ordered.
So All right, I hit start. It says Clipper connecting. I'm assuming it's saving config right now. I'm gonna try. Maybe I'll be brave and connect it to the Wi-Fi. That's a great tip. It's a great tip.
It's a white.
That's a great tip.
I thought it was just blurred out because it was blown
No,
out from the white. No,
that's a
it's
great
just
tip.
nothing.
That's a great tip. This is what we mean by them making shitty interfaces. This is already off to a horrible start. All right, I'm gonna put it on this here. Yeah, thank you, Tor.
Yep. I know, Jeff. I know. I've been looking at the Tridex and
This
building
keyboard
a
is
custom
atrocious.
Tridex.
Why can nobody get a fucking keyboard? It is showing my full password, so don't bring it back up.
No, I'm not.
But why is the fucking why can we not have a fucking just standard QWERTY keyboard? Why do they have this bastardized shit on every one of these goddamn printers? Like, I don't understand it. Hang on. It says connecting. I think you can pull it back up. We'll see if it jumps on. I think you gotta move it around, not spotlight. Okay, so let's see. Now when I press the Wi-Fi, what happens?
Nothing. Oh, is it saving and restarting?
No, it already did. The touchscreen locked up. We're off to a great start. I'm going to give it a sec to see if it comes back, but...
Yep, it looks like it's frozen.
All right.
Yeah, I do want to start. I do want to do another build very soon. Jeff.
I hate fucking touchscreens so much. Like the proprietary manufacturer touchscreens. You know what touchscreen I do like? The BTT Pad 7 for a Clipper host. I really like it. Hell just froze over. I like a Big Tree Tech product.
I mean, their higher end products are decent.
Yeah, their higher end stuff is good. Let's see. Tip. Okay, did you guys remember my Wi-Fi, or do I gotta fucking bang it in again with your horrible ass keyboard? Okay. I heard the fan cycle. Okay. So, all right. It's the hot end, I'm assuming. Yeah, here's the bed. 60. Is my Wi-Fi connected? Okay, it is now. Okay, so I'm going to go to the IP. So it's supposed to show, instead of showing, hey, Wi-Fi is not connected, it just shows nothing. I remember back in the days when you had to get software right the first time, and you didn't rely on patching it. Okay, so here we go. We have, it's running mainsail, but it's in fucking Chinese. The whole interface is in fucking Chinese. I'm not even fucking with you. It's in fucking Chinese.
Let me find it. Settings, top right.
Probably UI. Oh, wait, hang on. Mode. Nope.
No, the first option. Click the settings again. The cogs. The very top. Yeah. First. It should say.
That's light or dark mode.
Dark mode. Why did they change the UI? Pull out your phone and do. Yeah, it should all be. Wait. That second one.
There we go. Oh, thank God. Okay. All right, so we have mainsail. The camera is not configured. It has a camera. Why is the camera not showing up in here? Do we have to add the webcam? Add webcam. Okay, so it's there. They just never set it up.
I think this is a theme with some of their printers. Because this is not the first time I've seen a camera not set up.
Okay, so the camera's not set up by default. I mean,
that's not a bad view.
It's not. It's better than my X1. I mean, it's like I want to say it's like 800 by 600. It's fine for monitoring the prints.
We'll check the config. Well, if it's not set up, no, it would be in the process. Yeah,
640 by 480. I called it. What does it say that it'll run?
I think it said try 1080.
12. I'm gonna try 1280 by 720 and see if that does it. I can't imagine. Oh, the base camera is way better because it's actually a proper camera. That's one of our cameras. So I'm assuming it doesn't like that. Did they seriously put like the shittiest? Oh, wait. Okay, it did it. All right. I was like, there's no way they didn't put at least at a 720p camera in here. Let's see. Let me do 1920 by 1080. But this should all be set out of the fucking box. Remember we were saying that the Chinese don't know how to do Clipper correctly? This is the kind of shit we're talking about. They did test print it because there's just straight black PLA coming out of the hot end. And I have our Evil Pickle loaded up in here right now.
Yeah, when you were installing the hot end, it looks like there was like marring on
they probably just okay, so it says it's 1080. I don't think it's actually 1080 because it doesn't look any better.
Good quality.
No, it's fine. It's fine for a printer camera. It's fine. So, but it's working. Well, hang on.
That box seems kind of loose.
What box?
For the MCU.
It's just the cover. It's just the cover.
Oh.
I don't know if it'll. We're only getting 8 frames a second here. I'm wondering. Here, I'm gonna go down to 720.
Yeah, it's not necessarily needed to go 1080. It's just to verify your print is on the bed.
Yeah. I'm curious to see though. Okay, what CPU are they running here? RPI, MCU RPI. Oh, they're probably using like a Pico or something. That's funny. STM32F407. They're literally running STM code on the knockoff. Extra MCU. I'm assuming this is probably in the tool head. We can look at the config to see what's going where. Look at the temperatures are high as shit though already. It's already at 50. This has got to be the tool head one. Because look at the one in, this is the one that's in the, I'm assuming this is the one that's in the control box, 25C, that's fine. This is already at 51. We're not even printing yet. Yeah, because look at the CPU temp here. It doesn't say what processor this is. There's a lot of, look at all these printer config revisions in here, Thor.
Why were they messing?
There's Obico shit in here too.
Oh yeah, I think they partnered with Obico.
Yeah, I think they did here.
Because that was in the SV08. And the
Okay, so yeah, here.
Wait. How much memory does it have?
Hang on, extra MCU. So that's the one in the tool head, and that one's already at 51C. It says it's got half a gig of memory, so it's actually more memory that's on the K1.
No. It has 2.7 gigabytes free, so you only have an 8 gigabyte eMMC module.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is like the RAM. Sorry, I thought you meant you were talking storage memory. You say memory, I usually think RAM, but it's got almost 512. Yeah, that's running pretty high. I don't know what this one would be for. Why do they have an RPI one here? Let's look at the printer config. I mean, this is nice. We can actually get in here.
The MCU and the toolhead board, so there should be 3.
Toolhead board. This is the main one right here. And then there's MCU RPI.
So that's the because there's going to be 2 for the main board. The MCU... No, there is because there's 2 CPUs on the main board. One for the Raspberry Pi thing.
Tor. This is the one that's on the board that controls all the steppers. This is the main CPU that's under the green heatsink. I don't know what this is, the RPI one. This is another MCU. So I'm gonna look and see where in the printer config
Yeah,
RPI is. Oh, right. Okay. They're using it for the accelerometer right here.
Okay.
So that's also in the tool headboard.
Yeah, that
So
should
they have-
all be on.
So they have two MCUs in the tool head. They have an STM32F103, which is probably a Gigadevice knockoff. And then there's RPI. We're going to take that cover off and see what's under there. So we'll be able to figure out. But this isn't the tool headboard, because if you look at the printer config file here and you search RPI, which is how that's referenced, you can see here MPI, MCU RPI, and it's going to the list 2. Oh, is it in the bed? Hold up. Do they have one in the bed?
Why would there be a?
It's list. That's the accelerometer, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because they have to have a second accelerometer for the bed because it's not connected to the hot end.
So
they have just an RPI for the bed for the accelerometer.
there's one down here. Okay, so that's in the bed. It's literally bolted to the carriage. Yeah, that's all it is. Okay, it's literally just for a second accelerometer. Oh, that's going to go great right underneath all the heat.
I mean, you only have to use it once in a while.
So, okay.
I need to adjust the grip on it.
I was like, I know there was another. I was like, there's a third MCU. It's defined here, and then it's got here. Oh, yeah, here. If I would have looked up, what here? At list 2DW, here's a hot end, and then here's the bed. But why are they... Oh, that's the axes of where the planes are for the accelerometer. Okay. So they do have two. So they have one in the hot end and they have one in the bed because it's a bed flinger. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, here. Okay, and then they define it here. Resonance tester. Excel chip X is the hot end one. Excel chip Y is the bed. Okay. Interesting. Okay. That's weird that they put an RPI. It's probably just an off-the-shelf sensor. Let's see. Let's do Z-tilt. Oh, I got a home first. And I'll queue up Z-tilt. This is nice that the UI is just mainsail. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The hot end. Oh, so their hot end fan actually has RPM as well. Let me see if I stop.
Not needed, but fancy.
Let me see if I stop it. Yeah. Yeah, the little 40-20 blower fan, that's what cools the... Oh! I stopped the fan and it freaked out.
I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because if the fan's not working, you don't want to run it.
Well, that's the one that will cause major issues if it dies. So that's nice. So there's a lot of nice stuff in this machine. I'm just like... I'm just not like, I hate all, like, we're getting new features and stuff, but we're also going backwards in the fact that we can't like basically where we're heading right now is, if you guys want a printer that's going to be like easily repairable and upgradable for years instead of buying stuff and throwing it away, which I hate. I fucking hate it so much in general with all products. You're basically going to have to build a custom printer if you want to be able to have a machine that can be repaired and upgraded for years versus something that you buy, you use it, and then you basically bin it if you can't get parts for it, which just creates more waste, which is a shame. But yeah. All right. So we should be able, I'm going to see it do the Z tilt adjust. Yep. It's doing it. Here, I'll switch over to this one.
Howdy, neighbor.
It's doing the needful. All right, I'm going to see if it has any test prints here that we can run. G-code files. There's actually no G-code files on here. There's none. Oh, you know what?
Is it on the SD card?
Well, it's not actually. It's not an SD card. It's a USB flash flash drive. I'm going to plug it in. Let's see what it comes up with. So feature set wise, this printer is actually pretty nice. It's got a lot of nice shit on it. It's got a lot of tech in it for the price. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So here we go. SDA. Hey.
20-minute benchy.
It says, do you want me to do this one? The high-speed one? I'm assuming this is the faster one. Look at the print time.
Yeah.
What do they slice?
high-speed
Orca slicer.
2.1. What is it? I think we're on 2.2. So they have an Orca slicer profile then.
Yeah.
The USB, sorry, not SD. The USB drive is going to have, Orca Slice Mac, Orca Slice Windows. So that's going to have your profiles.
All right. This is 0.25 layer height. Let's just end it. I got our evil pickle in here. Oh, we'll do a time lapse too. We'll see how that comes out. I gotta save and restart. Oh yeah, for the fucking that's the only thing about Clipper. You gotta I don't have to save and restart for Z-Tilt. It's physically adjusting that. What are you talking about? All right, let's see. It says 13 minutes.
You shouldn't need to save and restart. There was nothing adjusted.
Yeah, no, if we're doing bed mesh or whatever, sure.
Well, not even with
All right,
mesh.
let's see. I'm curious to see if they have anything. What is this? Skipper RS config? There's nothing in there.
Oh, they might have been using a skipper board for like the first revision.
Why are these files still in here though? That's so weird. Here's August. Let's see what the oldest one is. Why would they have like these old config files in here? Why wouldn't you clean that up before you send this out? We got to find a way. I got to find a way to like, there's got to be a way because that memory is soldered to the board, right? There's got to be a way to, do you guys want this view of the printer's webcam or do you want this view of the printer from my camera? What do you guys want? This one or this one? I'm going to put that up for now. Oh, it is grinding the shit out of that nozzle when it went to the back. There's a lot of tech in this. There's a lot of tech in this printer for the price. I'll give them that. I hope it lasts a long time. I feel like I'm at the eye doctor. This one or this one? 1 or 2? 3 or 4? I mean,
we could do a quad view.
Yeah, can we do a quad view with a share? I don't think we can. Oh, but what I was going with is if we know what CPU they're using, right? We could build a Linux build with Clipper, port their configs over because it's all just USB, and then flash it. The big thing is going to be the screen, is driving the screen. You guys want one? This is number 2. This is number 1. 1 or 2? 1 or 2?
Right,
this is
2.
the us old boomers can't see regardless. Jeff, are you technically a boomer? I don't know if you're technically a boomer. My parents are. But you're not as old as my parents, so. Well, while this... it's funny. Do you remember how people would bitch about how long auto bed leveling would take? And now we have printers that literally take 10 to 15 fucking minutes to start a print. Like, do you remember that?
This is slower than a BL Touch.
They're all like this. The K1, the Bamboo, like all these new printers. Yeah, I cranked up the resolution in Crow's Nest. You missed that. I went to 720 because 1080p somehow looked worse than 720. Still going. Question is, what is it doing? Oh, it's probing. It's probing. I mean, the interface is pretty snappy. Yeah, it has linear rods with metal wheels. It's like a new thing. Doug just noticed that. He's getting excited.
Need Doug's to adjust the clip on it.
The what?
The clip.
Oh, I was like, thought you were talking about the... Okay, Wilson.
I have the next revision already printing.
For the price, this has got a lot of tech. This is a good bang for your buck. Yeah, it does seem very cheap for the features it has. All right, let's see if it can print without me doing anything. Oh, God. Yeah, their camera can't keep up with us. We're going to have to go to the actual camera. First layer looked good, so their sensor works. Let me see if I can get you kind of a side view here. And zoom in. I'm gonna have to set them focus to manual. So give me 1 sec here while I get this set up.
Since we've been talking about eMMC, I'm looking at Amazon right now for a
So
32 gig.
according to the print time estimate, it should take less time to print this Benchy than it did to calibrate. It is shaking the entire desk. And I'm sorry, the camera is on the desk. It's shaking. So
Yeah, Andrew, the beacon looks good, but you're very limited on what
what you can use.
and beds you can use with it. Yeah.
Dear God.
Like I have the Big Tree Tech Eddy. It works great and it's fast, but it has its own set of issues. Like you can't use
there's trade-offs between the two
Mandela
types.
Roseworks beds with the embedded magnets. You have to use
look how blurry the stock camera gets versus my actual camera.
actual camera looks blurry for a second until it actually loads in.
The camera comes with is fine for monitoring prints.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna complain about.
They're not for fancy time lapses or anything like that. It's just for verifying your prints.
It's only printing at 200. I'm gonna bump the temp up. It needs higher than that. That's really ballsy. They're going down to 200 for the hot end temp.
They don't even include enough space on the eMMC, which is where it's going to be saving the time lapses.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
You have 2.7 gigs free, and that's it. After
I mean, you do have 2 USB ports, so you could probably put a thumb drive on there.
Yeah,
you probably put a thumb drive on there for extra storage.
But
yeah, this is PLA.
There's no guides for that, and most of the end users who have this printer.
Look at that look at the fucking Tor. Look at the gear spinning.
Oh yeah, it's zooming.
It's chooching.
But yeah, most of the end users aren't going to know how to switch it over the directory for the time lapses. There's no guides out for it.
No. Well, I mean, we could. I could factory reset this and do a video on changing the language, or just make a video of recommended changes for the SV06 Ace.
Yeah, clear out all those extra configs. That will save you
just
a little bit of memory.
Yeah. Well, no, they won't save much. It's like kilobytes. Yeah. Comment. Josh wants to see you. Comment. Who, me? Who? Can you see him back there? He was passed out. Come on. Up. There he is. Here's the comment. Ooh. 80 pounds of golden retriever. The good dog. He's my baby. See this? He almost is the same color as the evil pickle at that point in the roll. Look at it.
As soon as I walked in, Puff knew to get up. Buddy, chill.
You were such a big ham. You big ham bone. He just loves attention. I can hold Remo like this for a little bit, and then he gets tired of it. Pam will just sit here forever. You like cuddles. He's like, I'm just happy to get any sort of attention. He is nice and warm though. It's getting cold here in the Midwest, so. Hey, buddy.
Puff is getting his.
What are we at on the Benji? It says, I think we're at 8 minutes. It says on here 8 minutes 22 seconds. Is that accurate?
Seems about right. No, actually, I think it's been faster than that.
So according to the screen, it says 8 minutes, 40 seconds now. Here, let me switch over to the dashboard here.
Yeah.
Here, total 9. Okay, this says 920. Okay, print is 8. Yeah. Well, that's I am appreciative that it has a pretty standard main cell interface, which is nice because like my K1s, the K1 Max, those have a standard interface once you do the updates to it. -5 here in Alaska. Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you.
I prefer cold over the heat, but that's a bit much even for me. Keep going. It looks like I'll give him this. It looks good.
Not bad for a bed slinger.
No.
Remember the days when Bamboo said they were killing the bed slinger with their printers?
Yeah,
And
then they came out. Here's the reality. Bed slingers are cheaper to make. They're easier to work on mechanically. There's less like fiddling. Like Corks-wise are fast as shit, right? But they're more complex. They're more expensive to assemble. Like they take more labor to assemble. They have more parts. The Cartesian machines, aka bed slingers, are just cheaper to make, and you can get fast speeds out of a bed slinger, as we're literally seeing right now. Like this is printing really damn fast. I'm actually really impressed that this is printing really well. Like I think as more and more machines move to Clipper, I want to start digging into the hardware level stuff to see if we can find a way to wipe out the onboard memory and basically build like, we can't do like what we do with Unified 2 because it's every board is a different processor and stuff. But we can get close to where I'd like to be able to get it where we can just sell like a cable, a special cable to connect to the printer, you know, to reflash it with a tool to wipe it and then upload our image and basically have a preset up, you know, TH-ready tuned image for these Clipper machines that is basically mainline Clipper that's preset up for whatever printer that image is for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that would be awesome. Because there's a lot of improvements that, you know, Tor and I can make to the Clipper Clipper setup that will go on these printers, like putting on better resonance compensation algorithms and stuff, and making sure the UI is set up correctly in the right language and the webcam's configured, like all the little stuff, you know, like
yeah.
The big thing though is figuring like I can build the images. The biggest thing is getting the damn image onto the memory chip on these boards where the memory's soldered. And again, talking about longevity wise, because the memory is soldered to the board on a lot of these machines, once that memory chip goes, because they have a finite amount of reads and writes, if they start going out, your whole board is shot versus being able to just replace, you know, an SD card or whatever. So like there are drawbacks. You know, I think the SV06 is one you can actually flash a straight mainline Clipper on, can't you? Because isn't that an MKS board?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's nice.
It's not an MKS board, but yes, you can.
It's like a variant. It's like a variant of it, though, because I think MKS
and they also
makes
have
some
removable eMMC.
Yeah, removable. Yeah, so an eMMC. Most of you guys probably don't have eMMC reader programmer. I do. If you can get a USB adapter, they're like $15, and you pop the memory on there.
On Amazon.
What's that?
$12.69 for.
$12.69. So
USB.
under $20. So why make my own board with removable memory? Because I'm not going to be making a new board for every goddamn printer that comes out. You know, like it's not worth it. We will never recover our costs. Like, I don't know if you guys realize this, just to like our first easy board, just in development costs, were over $8,000 just to get that first board. The easy board V2 was about $3 to $4 grand because we were able to reuse a lot of the board layout and a lot of the core features that we did on the V1 on the V2. So a lot of that was done and we know it was a proven design. So we would have to go through that process every single time with every new printer. It's not worth it at all. It's not worth it. We will never recoup our costs. You know, it's such a niche market. So, you know, there's a drawback. And that I'm assuming, and I'm assuming if you talk to other companies like Big Tree Tech has made drop-in boards and they're stopping really doing drop-in boards because it's not worth it. The dev costs and their costs are way lower than us because they're operating in China. their costs are even lower than ours, and it's even not worth it for them to do it. So, you know, you can't just print a mounting adapter. These machines are getting more and more complex because of all the auxiliary tool boards that they have. This one has one in the head, one in the bed, and then the main one on the board, which is combined with the SoC, which is SoC. If you guys hear that term, it stands for System on a Chip, which is basically the main processor that Linux runs on. So you hear SoC, that could be basically it's referring to whatever's running the operating system. And in terms of Clipper machines, that's running Linux. That's where all the magic happens, is on that SoC. So, yeah, and that's the other thing too. Like these toolhead boards, you have to have a programmer to flash the MCUs on them on the auxiliary toolhead boards. And the ST-Links, you can get the little clone ones for like $10 to $12, and they work fine for your average user. I mean, I have an actual ST-Link.
Oh, Sovol actually uses the MKS adapter.
That's what
and
I
it's
thought.
actually cheaper on Amazon than from Sovol.
Yeah. What are we at? It says we're at 14 minutes. So much for that 13-minute ETA. We're at like 15 minutes roughly.
Yeah, 1729 for a 32 gig eMMC.
Yeah.
MKS.
And this is probably running an eMMC. It's just direct soldered.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the tools to replace the chips. Like I could take the chip off and pop it onto a BGA to USB adapter, and update it that way, or dump it. But your average person doesn't have a reflow station and the skills to take a BGA chip off and then transplant it to a programmer, program it, then take it off and transplant it back to the board. So it did not include heat up time. I actually preheated it, so because I knew we were going to run a print. It's looking damn good. Now this is at a 0.25 layer height, so I'm assuming they did that just to cut the print time down a little bit.
Yep.
But I'll give you guys a close up on it. It looks great. Like the view from the camera here, you can't really tell, but I'll show you guys from the side and get up close once it's done. The cooling seems adequate too. I don't really see
big, chunky 4020.
Yeah.
Well, I just bought a 32 gig.
Yeah, that fan has RPM sensing, so it's like 11,800 RPMs. It's pretty loud. It's as loud as the K1s and stuff. All right, so here's the print. Am I in autofocus?
Okay.
Yeah, I am. Okay, here we go. No, I'm in manual focus mode. So here it is. This is in our Spaghetti Evil Pickle.
I love that filament.
Yeah, it came out good. The overhangs look good. Got a tiny bit of ringing right here, but dear God, it's acceptable. It's more than acceptable. Yeah, I'm impressed. It prints good.
Yeah, not bad at all.
No, prints really good. Yeah. All right. Well, now we get to. Well, we already went into the board. We already looked at the board.
Take apart the toolhead.
Yeah, I'm more about the toolhead. The under the bed's kind of boring. It's literally. I can try to show you guys here. I don't feel like dismounting the entire bed today.
Krista might want a usable printer.
However, you can kind of see, where is it? So you see that ribbon cable on the right here, to the right of the post. There's the accelerometer. That's the RPI 2040 accelerometer. So that's for the bed.
Yeah, for the price, this is actually a really great.
Yeah, print. For the price, I'm impressed. I mean, I've got my complaints, obviously, but when do I not have complaints about shit?
I mean,
I'm not going to give you if you guys want somebody that says everything's awesome and doesn't, tell you something sucks or you don't like it, then go watch another channel. This is not the channel for you.
Yeah, USB-C.
And this is all my opinion. So here we go. Oh, there's actually an ST chip on here. It's not a Giga device. I was expecting it to be a Giga device, but there's actually a ST.
Oh, and there's a programming header, it looks like.
There is a programming header right there. And there's a 2209 driver right below here. So there's a 2209 driver. This looks like, oh, there's a CAN bus interface right here, Tor. You see that CAN 1?
No thanks.
It's labeled CAN 1. There's a CAN bus interface there.
I wonder what
This is
wattage.
this looks like a USB going out. This is, oh, you know, this is probably not USB. This is probably going out to the strain gauge. You see the strain gauge right here?
Yeah.
That's where the hot end is. So this is going out to the strain gauge. You got your heater wires. You got your fan. There's 4-pin for the fan. There's the motor right here.
4-pin
This
for
is the
both
E motor.
fans.
Yeah, there's 4-pin for both fans. So they got, like I said, it's got a lot of neat features on here for the price. I think the other fan, yeah, the other fan's right here. I think. Hang on.
One thing I'm not a big fan
There's
about
one
with
fan.
all that.
Unless this goes to the other fan.
No, that the
No, that's a strain gauge.
yeah, that's
Where's
straight.
the other? It must be on the rear. Where? Because this is the layer fan here. Oh, it's right here. It's this 4-pin right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got. Oh yeah, here. So motor, fan, fan. This is the heater. Thermistor is down here, and then this is the strain gauge. But yeah, we have here 3v3 IO clock and ground. So this is your programming header where you would connect your ST link, so you can update this. It's nice to see an actual. Okay, I'm a little less worried about this being affected by the Betty because this is an actual STM chip. Oh, you know why the thing was loose? It's magnetic. It's just magnetic.
Didn't they learn anything from the SV08?
It's just a magnetic little
I've seen
tool head.
so many people have issues with the stock SV08 fan shroud staying on.
Yeah, I would prefer that to be screwed in, but all in all, bang for the buck, I think this is going to be a really popular machine, to be completely honest. My complaint, the soldered on memory, so that memory goes out, your whole printer's fucked, basically. There's
buying
two
a brand new
magnets on it.
board from Sovol.
Yeah, you're
until
buying a
they
new
stop
board.
making
There's two on here. There's one in each corner, and it's got an alignment pin right here. So that's my big complaint, though, is, and I mean, this is with all of them. Creality does this shit, and then, like, I just want to make you guys aware of this, so when you purchase this, you know what you're getting yourself into. So if you're somebody that wants to keep your stuff for years and years and years, maybe pick up an extra board if you really like the printer. You know, especially if you've got a bunch of these. You know, if you're like setting up a print farm or something, would definitely recommend having a spare board, because once they stop making them, the spare parts, that's it. If they break, good luck finding a replacement, because I really hate that they're going with all these proprietary parts. And it's not like they're reusing the same board and same parts across multiple models. It's like they do a new one for almost every model.
This is a completely different board and setup from the SV08 and any of their other printers. This is their board is
SV06.
The SV06.
Yeah, so the SV06 and the SV06 Plus share this. Basically, they use the same control board, basically the same tool head. Just the 06 Plus had a longer hot end on it. But this is a completely different animal. It looks like an SV06. It's basically, they reuse parts of the frame, but it's basically a completely different machine. This is better than the SV06. It's also more expensive, though, than the SV06. Wasn't the SV06 around $200? Because this one, I think the normal MSRP is $300. I think for $300 standard price, I paid $279 for this.
Yeah,
I'm not
$279 right now.
What's their normal price on it?
Normal price is $299.
$299?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. So price to what you get, I think this. Yeah, price to what you get, I think is a good deal. Again, though, and I'm going to say this till, with every printer that has these, it's got proprietary toolhead boards, bed boards, main board. So if any of those go out, you guys are buying parts from Sovol. So if you can't get the parts from them, you're not going to be able to repair the printer should something fail. So it's something to keep in mind. But the same thing goes for other printers, to be fair. Like the Comgrow T500, that's got all proprietary board, screen, everything. K1, K1 Max, K1C, the Bamboo, P1, P1S, all these printers are now moving towards boards that are just for those machines. And if the manufacturer stops making them, which they will, you're not going to be able to repair the printer if it breaks. You're going to be basically throwing out a machine that's otherwise perfectly fine because you can't do the electronic boards for it. And to do a conversion would be a lot of work. You know, based by conversion, I mean taking their board out, putting a different one in, get all the firmware set up. You're probably not gonna be able to reuse the screen. You're probably, depending on your tool head board, you could probably reprogram this. You have all the pins from the config file on the stock board. So you could probably use this tool head board and on the head, and then the bed board on a new setup. But again, if those break, you're gonna be doing a conversion again.
You're not getting new ones. The only printer I see getting actual replacement boards from a third party is going to be the Bamboos.
Yeah, because they're so popular. Yeah, Big Tree Tech is teasing that they're going to be making replacement boards for the Bamboo machines, which would be great. Running Clipper on a Bamboo, that'd be great. But until that actually comes to fruition, it's just vaporware. Yeah, but
for this printer, I don't see them doing that.
No, it's not going to be worth it.
Clipper-based boards or Clipper-based printers, they're not going to be doing it.
Yeah. So the best we can hope for is someone like us or someone else in the 3D printing space making, you know, Clipper, like making a new version and then figuring out this thing. They don't have this document. There's got to be a way, because they program these. I doubt they're programming the memory separately and then putting it on the board. It's probably all done in one shot. There's got to be a way to.
That USB header is going to be it.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's something to do with that USB header. I'm assuming you probably flip that switch, plug it in to the computer, and then it'll show up. I don't know. I can try and see what it does when I plug it in. It'd be funny if just it shows up as a mass storage device. That'd be great. Do I have a C cable here? I'm curious. Oh, here we go. I was like, I know I had a C cable here in my drawer of cables.
Maybe, Scott, I foresee the K1, the K2 being done by Big Tree Tech. Maybe.
Well, those are a little bit easier to change over. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it like this, move this up here. I'm going to turn this off.
Blank, we kind of did it out of order. While the printer was doing its setup, we were kind of looking at the board and discussing it.
Yeah.
We are going to be playing a little bit with it here right now.
So I'm going to see what happens when I'm going to just plug it in, because OTG is it stands for on the go, but it usually means being able to connect to it. Okay, there's no power. Let me switch this. Nothing. All right, I'm going to turn it on. If I hear any doo-doo.
On Windows.
Because this switch says OTG or host. Oh, it was on the OTG side by default. Oh, I got a doo-doo. Oh, it just disappeared. Hang on. Okay. I plug it in. Okay, I got a doo-doo. The question is it going to show up as a COM port or is it going to show up as something else? Let me look at my device manager and see. Device manager. Nope, I don't see anything in the mass storage devices. Oh, I do see unknown USB devices. Is that this? Nope, that's something else on my computer screwing up. Cisco Logic. Let me see if a COM port's showing up. Nope, COM1. No, I don't see anything on here. Hang on, let me get USB tree view because it'll tell me. That'll tell me what is connecting and disconnecting. Because I want to see what it's showing up as. So it is getting a device when I plug my computer into it. Let me download USB tree view here.
Do you have a PDF of the toolhead board as well as a schematic for the main board?
Oh, that's cool. All right,
so
let's see here. I'm gonna unplug this and see what. Oh, It's an ADB interface. So when I plug this in, it shows up as a Rockchip RK3XXXX USB interface.
Oh, it looks like they did with the.
So it's a Rockchip CPU. Wonder what happens when I switch this off. So it disconnects. So I'm wondering if there's a Rockchip utility we can get, because there's nothing that happens when it. So the switch is in this position by default, and it does show. So it's showing up as an ADB interface.
Oh, they
for
do
a
have a
Rockchip.
clipper bin and an extra MCU bin.
Interesting. Here, I'll show you guys what I'm saying here. So they're using a Rockchip, which Rockchip's gotten a lot better. They used to be dog shit. But they've gotten a lot better in terms of like the quality and speed. As long as it works, I really don't care what.
Personally, I would not put this in an enclosure. It's already.
Yeah, I would not put this in an
MCU and
enclosure.
everything.
Yeah, no. I would not put this in an enclosure. Not at all. So this, I know it's a little small. Let me see if I can make it like. Hang on, I have 1440p monitors I'm on. So right here, this is why I put USB Tree View on. So if I unplug this, you can see it goes away. I plug it in. So this is what it's showing up as. So I'm assuming there's probably a Rockchip utility that would be able to connect through the CPU to then talk to that memory interface. I'm just assuming here because I've seen stuff like that before, like on the Sonic Pad, you can do that. It's showing up as an ADB interface though, which is really weird because that's usually an Android thing. Yeah. So it's showing, here's the CPU, the serial number. So it's an RK, I don't know the exact part number, but it's RK3000 series. So RK3XXXX is what it's showing up as. Interesting. I'll have to play with this off stream.
Like it looks like they have the step file, the bin files to flash it and everything.
Do they have directions on how to flash it over USB? Like if it doesn't boot, like is there like a bailout method where if the machine doesn't, it's not Android under the hood, but I think I'm familiar with the term ADB for Android, but that might also be like.
There's not really anything on their wiki or GitHub about it.
No, they probably don't want you fucking with it. Is why.
I'm sure they'll send it out if you need to reflash it or something like that.
ADB. Let me see. ADB interface Rockchip. It has an Android debugging bridge enabled by default, so it is the same kind of thing. They're just using that. It's so weird. There's no way it's just running Android. I mean, Android is Linux, so you could actually run Clipper on Android. That'd be wild if they're using Android instead of just Linux. Well, I'm just trying to think about it. If they use Android, that would make sense how they're driving the screen. Yeah, literally all I can find for that thing is related to Android. That's what I'm saying. That's the only time I've heard of it. And there's not much here. I wonder how much Obico paid to have them have their stuff in here. Oh, there's a new firmware update already. This just came out. Firmware version 15. I'm going to let it update.
Hey, you never know. That might be changing the language to English by default on mainsail and enabling the camera.
I'm not going to bore you guys. I am going to mess with this printer because I do want to get into, like I said, my goal, if we can do it with these machines that are shipping with Clipper that come with these bastardized versions of Clipper, would be the goal would be to provide you guys with the cables and the software to be able to wipe it out and give you guys a pre-built image specifically for whatever machine. Well, obviously, we have machines here to give you a better experience on the actual machine itself. So the hardest part, though, is figuring out what we have to do to be able to take over the code that's on the printer already, wipe that completely clean, and then upload our own. Does that make sense? So, did they expose SSH on it? Let me see. I'm going to try to connect. 197. SSH is open. I'm just trying root and root for the password. It didn't take it. SSH is open. Torque, you see your fine. Torque, you're my Jamie. Hey Jamie, can you pull up the SSH login for the SV06 Ace?
Sovol. That's what it was for the SV08.
Sovol.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got Obico crap pre-built into it. It's trying to it's like giving me advertisements in the console for Obico. I don't want to fucking use Obico. Let's see. 172.16.21.1. I hit enter on accident. 21.197. Sovol.
Yeah.
I'm in. Boom. There we go. I wonder if this is the camera, this HHW microelectronics. Extra M. So there's, oh yeah, they got all the main cell shit here. Interesting. Okay, so you have SSH access out of the gate. You have main sale out of the gate, albeit in Chinese. I'm assuming it's Chinese. Is it done installing the update? I told it to update. Oh. Device information. Did it just update? I think it updated.
Yeah, they towed it as like a one-click update.
Yeah, it says firmware version 17.0. Please scan the QR code to view update instructions and firmware information. Click OTA to obtain the latest version. It says it's very latest. It didn't even reboot. How did it? I'll turn it off here and turn it back on. Because I was connected into it. I was like, I was expecting to lose connection because it was supposed to be updating the firmware, and then I never lost connection. So it's like, did it actually update? It might have also just been like a config update. It might not even have been like an actual OS update. It could have just been a config update.
Well, I'd hope they actually updated the config to put it in English and enables the actual camera they sell with it.
Here, I'll share the. I'm waiting for it to boot back up and connect to the Wi-Fi. I think it's back. Okay, it's back. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look. There's a crow's nest. Let me see. Do they change that? No, it's still got mine in there. I don't know what it updated, but it says it updated. What it updated, it beats me. But it said it updated to firmware version 17. So if I go to device information, it says it's on 17. It said, let me scan the QR code. It says that it's got information on there. It goes to wiki.sovol3d.com/en/SV06
I was just on that.
Yeah, they have an SD card file. I'm assuming you probably update over SD. Yeah, I didn't realize I had this all on GitHub. That's nice.
Oh yeah, okay. It's just like the SV08. They have like all the PDFs for everything.
Yeah,
like all the manufacturing PDFs.
Yeah, I'm looking through that right now. All the different. Yeah, that's nice.
they have the CAD, they have everything. That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, that's funny. They use KIUAH. Did you look in the thing? There's KIUAH in the repo. Hang on. It's in the repo, KIUAH. That's the Clipper install. So they're just using QA to install it. That's funny. All right. Well, I definitely want to find out how to basically connect in and override that memory that comes on the machine, so we can see about building an actual proper Clipper build, and hopefully even get like Clipper screen running and stuff. I'm assuming this screen is being driven from the processor directly. It looks like it is, because the connector fork goes right up to the processor, and that processor, most of those ARM processors like can run screens. You know, like think about the Raspberry Pis; they all have screen outputs and everything. So it's
I'm doing mainline on the SV08 to test it out. I also want to wait for the eMMC module as well, so I can actually have some space on mine.
So
because I have less than 2 gigs free.
I'm gonna go use the restroom really quick. Doug made a good point. I can use Nmap to scan it on the network, so I'm gonna let that run, and I'm gonna go use the restroom because I really have to use the restroom. I don't know why.
I'm actually looking at food as well.
Here we go. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about food. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna bring this up, show on stream. I'm gonna scan it, and then I'm gonna go use the restroom. There we go. We'll see what it finds.
Yeah, I want to switch over the SV08 to mainline Clipper or even Danger Clipper and get that up and running. And I'm pretty sure the same process would be used for SV06 Ace. Slight differences, but I'm sure it'll give us a good head start on it. Food, yes. I'm looking at Burger King again. I had a chili and cornbread yesterday, and I devoured the whole dish of cornbread. So I don't want to cook today. And Burger King actually has new Whoppers out. Mexican street corn, fried pickle ranch, and maple bourbon barbecue. I'm kind of hungry. I do want to check that out because I want mainline on it, and I want to upgrade the memory. Because can I even connect to my SV08 right now?
Okay. Look at the scan. So 22 and 80 and 5555. So there's Android debug device. Are they running Android on this? That's so weird. Hang on 1 second. Gotta blow my nose. Yeah, that's wild. I wonder if I got to download. I don't know if I have any ADB tools on this computer. I don't. I wonder what'll happen if I try to connect over. Well, I guess it wouldn't really matter. We have SSH. It says it's running Debian. You guys see that from the Nmap scan?
Yeah. I wonder if just the screen is Android.
No, it's the screen is driven off of. It's got to be driven off of that. I can open the screen up and see if there's a chip on it. Let me check that out. But
yeah, David, the 8 gig is kind of trashed. Let's be honest. I think I have
for the price though, it's a cheap printer. Like I think a printer with this many features under $300, that's a lot of features for $300, especially given how fucking expensive everything else has gotten because of all the inflation shit. All right, I'm taking the screen apart. I'm assuming there's not really going to be much. There might be like a display controller chip in here, but I doubt that this has an independent operating system on it. I'd be very surprised because from a manufacturing standpoint, it would be better if they just had the main CPU handle everything. Okay. Yeah, this is just, yep, there's literally no chips in here. Well, no CPU style chips. ZQ RGB41P. So it comes in here. There's a touch, and then here's the screen. So this is being driven from the main control board. I'll take this out and see, but I doubt I'm going to find chips on the other side of this.
Yeah, David, I just ordered a 32 gig eMMC so I can just run it on board. That way I can have the original if I want to go back to
there's nothing on the back PCB other than a probe point for the clock signal. That's it. So yeah, it's definitely being driven off of the main processor, which would make sense. If the rock chip, those were very commonly used in Android devices. Android is Linux, so and they're capable of driving a screen because your Android device, whether it's a tablet or a phone, has a screen. So it's got to be able to drive it. So they're driving that directly from the rock chip CPU. Based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like they're using a rock chip. I'm not going to pry the heatsink off, but looks like it's running a rock chip. Yeah, and that's just the IC that's on this ribbon cable is just a touch controller. Look this up, Tor. ZQ _RGB41P. That's what the screen part number is.
Okay.
You get any hits?
Sec.gov.
Yeah, my number one gripe about this is the cable they used for the screen. Anycubic does the same shit. Now, Creality on the K1 uses the same plug, except you're not able, once the screen's mounted, you're not able to touch the plug or the ribbon cable. It's all hidden behind the screen when you mount to the printer. That's how it's supposed to be done, not out in the open like this where it can be easily damaged. Like, here's the thing. If you just like accidentally nick this with like your flush cutters, like if you drop your flush cutters on it and it hits the cable, the cable's fucked. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be very careful with these cables. Whereas, like, when you had the exposed ribbon cables, those ribbon cables were way more resilient than these flat flex cables. I think they're called FFCs, is the technical term for them. I could be wrong. I'm just going off of memory.
Not seeing really anything on.
No.
Nothing that would.
So we know the CPU is a Rockchip 3000 series. So when we got SSH open, the username password is Sovol, all lowercase, and we got port 80, which is the mainsail interface, which I appreciate that it's out of the box. Creality has their own shitty UI, so at least they didn't do that. Yeah, I'm wondering how they're dealing with the screen since it's directly off of the processor. You know what I'll do? I'll have to find a way to run a command on when I'm SSH'd in to just dump the entire thing. I hope I can dump it to either a USB drive. I should be able to dump it to a USB drive. I'll put a USB drive in there, dump it to the USB, so I have like a backup. But the big thing is, since the memory that runs everything for the Clipper host is soldered to the board, I can't just take it out, dump it, and then try flashing like a Debian, or not a Debian, but like an Armbian build for whatever processor they're running. Can't do that. And I could actually, though, connect in. We should be able to figure out the CPU. We should be able to figure out the CPU by just running. There's got to be a command in Linux to show the CPU, right? Let's see. There we go. ls CPU. See if this works. Nope, that does not work. Doesn't give me any output. Okay, so I just do ls CPU with none of these switches. It's a 64-bit architecture. It's got 4 cores. It's only at 1.1 gigahertz max on each core. But it doesn't tell me, it just says the vendor's ARM. It's a Cortex A35, and we can kind of infer that. So if we look at the Rock chip lineups, let me see here, because I can kind of match the chips here. So it's a Cortex A35, and we know it's a 3000 series based on the ADB info. And it's up to 1.1 gigahertz. It's a 4-core. So if I look for, I'm just looking at GitHub. Or quad-core Artex, or quad-core Cortex A35. It could be the 3326, which came out in 2018. That supports MM3. A35 could also be the 3308. I'm just looking through here. It doesn't say the actual specs in there. Let me look up the 3308. That one's from 2018 as well. I'm going to see what the max specs are here. So it's Cortex A35, 4-core, 1.1 gigahertz is the max speed. So that kind of narrows down what it could possibly be. Just looking up the specs on the 3308. Weird that the speeds are not like first in the datasheet here. It's got like all the other stuff here.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, because this has eMMC interface. It's got a display, USB OTG. Okay, support system code download by the following interface, USB OTG. So that's got to be how they're programming. So I'm wondering if we find a rock chip utility, we might be able to program the eMMC through the CPU over that OTG port. I'm just looking to see.
I mean, we could message
I
Sovol
want
to see if we can get the how instructions on how to flash their board.
Yeah. Do you want to reach out to them? Can you put that on your to-do list? Like reach out to them. We bought it. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully they'll
Amazon?
no, I bought it directly through them. Why is there no speed listings here? I'm looking through, I'm looking through the data sheet for the 3308 to see what its max speed is. I'm trying to narrow it down. So I know it's a Cortex A35. It's a 4-core processor. And it says the max speed is 1.1 gigahertz. But the weird thing is, I'm just going to look up A3308 speed. Like, I know it's one of these. So it looks like the 3308 and 3326 are very similar. The 3326 has a Mali 31 GPU. It's got a video decoder encoder. They probably, looking at the spec difference, they're probably using the 3326 because they have the camera interface on there. It's got to do some decoding to do that. Yeah, so internal memory, supports system download code over USB OTG, supports booting from SPI flash, eMMC, SD or MMC, toggle NAND flash, and asynchronous NAND flash. Yeah, I would say it's probably going to be the 3326 because it also has a H.264 decoder, which would be helpful for the camera if the cameras run H.264. But sorry, I'm going off into the weeds here. I was trying to figure out what possible processor. It's either going to be a 3326 or a 3308, it looks like. So, oh, you know what? It's got to be a 3326 because I'm looking here. There's the display interface. There's no display interface on the 3308, and that supports the 3326 supports MIPI DSi and parallel RGB, which is what this is using, and LVDS. So I'd probably be willing to bet that it's going to be the 3326. I wish I could get. Yeah, it just says Cortex A35 for the
Useful.
for the model. It's a Cortex A35. Thanks. Maybe there's something different for ARM that we have to run. Let me see here. Yeah, I think it's just going to show the Cortex, and that's it. Yeah, I don't think we're getting much more memory than that. Yeah, it's a quad core, so it's a 1.1 gigahertz quad core, half a gig of RAM. And it's a Cortex A35 for the ARM architecture. All right. I could just, don't really want to mess with the CPU cover, but it would be nice to know what processor I'm messing with. We can say that for another time.
Yeah, it works. It's a decent machine.
Yeah, no, it's got so many freaking features. Like I'm printed great. Yeah, Dave said, not sure. It looks like they're using Q on it. Wasn't at the computer looking at the SSH connection. Yeah, it's in their repo. So, all right. I have no idea what we're doing for dinner. And so like what were you getting? You're getting Burger King.
Again.
Burger Bang.
I haven't had it in like 2 weeks. So.
Our Burger King here, I like Burger King, but our Burger King here is run by a bunch of morons. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I have only had one time out of like 20 times going there that they've got the order right. And that was, and literally like, what was that saying? Was it Seinfeld? It was like, they always fuck you at the drive-thru, man. Like, was that Seinfeld or another movie?
I can't remember.
So
it's
I
like 20 plus years since I've seen
my favorite thing at Burger King is onion rings with zesty sauce, and I just love their classic chicken sandwich. You know, the like long chicken sandwich.
Long one, yeah.
It's just chicken patty, mayo, and lettuce, and it's just so good. And I've, knock on wood, I've never had a bad one, even from the shitty Burger King. Like, they're just good. But like, I swear to God, ours is run by morons. And like every time I go there, there's like new employees, so clearly the turnover is. So I'm assuming the management there sucks ass. But like, this is the long chicken. I'm gonna start calling that the long chicken. I love their chicken sandwich. It's just it's always good. The Whoppers are good, but the chicken sandwich is my go-to.
They have 3 new Whoppers out, so I got 2.
Do they?
The maple bourbon barbecue Whopper and the Mexican street corn Whopper. And then I got some cheesy tots because, well, cheesy tots.
Are there? I've never had their cheesy tots. I love their. If I go there, I'm getting onion rings, I'm getting zesty sauce, and I'm getting my long chicken. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Added on zesty sauce would have been really good with the cheesy tots. Cheesy tots.
Wait, they call it the long chicken? I didn't know it was actually called the long chicken. Did they change that? Doug just linked me this. It's actually called the long chicken. When did they change this? When did they change this?
Time favorite.
When did they change this though?
On
It
mine,
was just
it's
the
the
it was just
original
a,
chicken sandwich.
yeah. Hang on, let's see. Chicken. It's now called the long chicken. It was not called this. Oh, I mentioned food and Bruce showed up. When did they change this? Hang on, I gotta Burger King chicken sandwich name.
Original chicken sandwich, $10.
When did they change it? I thought, yeah, the original chicken sandwich. That's what I know it by. The original chicken sandwich.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard it called.
With various international names such as long chicken, BK chicken, and the chicken royale. I like chicken royale. That sounds fancy. I'm gonna go to Burger King and get myself a chicken royale. What do you guys think? I'm gonna see what Google says.
Try the cheesy tots. Check archive.
I'm trying. Hang on. Burger King long chicken Reddit name. Let's see.
I hate the AI overview.
Wait here. The long what the fuck is
What is that curse?
What is this?
Oh.
What is this?
Reddit, why? I feel that somebody actually got that just because they were out of the buns.
They were out of the buns. I'll bet you one day they ran out of the buns. So like, yeah, we can't make it, and someone's wise up to that. I mean, yeah, here. Where is this? They call it the original chicken sandwich in the U.S. That's what I know it as. When the fuck did they change it to long chicken?
Yeah, on the app it says original chicken sandwich.
Show me. I don't know if I have the BK app installed. All these.
I have it on Grubhub.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Sandwich. Yeah. Okay, that's what I know it as. Hang on. Do I have the Curry Bing app? Oh, I do. Hang on. Hang on. Let's see. I'm going to see. I'm going to see what they have. Let's see. Order, pickup, recents. Oh, no. I don't think I've ordered through there. I think I just installed it. Is it long chicken? Hey, get fucked. On the official app. Yeah. It's not the long chicken.
It's probably in like the UK or somewhere where it's called the long chicken more often.
Oh, wait. Doug linked me to BurgerKing.com.my.
Why? Malaysia?
Is this Malaysia? Is .my Malaysia? Did I just get bamboozled?
Well, your own brother.
Okay. I was like, I know it's not called the fucking long chicken here. Okay. Then what do they call the regular chicken sandwich over there? The chode chicken? Like, I don't know. I call it the long chicken when I order and they give it to me. It's original chicken sandwich, damn it. Right, comment? Come on, say goodbye. You guys gotta say goodbye. We'll wrap this up. So we say bye. Say bye. I'm gonna go be needy. Bye. I know, you just want pets. You just want pets and rubs. Look at that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Remo, are you getting jealous? Come here. Remo, come here. Come on, up. Here's Remo. This is the best
long chicken sandwich.
Yeah, this is my buddy. This is my buddy. Yeah. This is my big baby. Yeah. Look how tall I am. I am such a tall dog. Woo!
Mine are all asleep in the other room.
Hopefully they don't call the McRib the long pig over there. Oh man, the long hog. Call it the long hog sandwich. Oh, is this your final revision?
No, I was printing two. One in carbon fiber, one in glass fiber.
Why are you breaking it?
Because this was the one that didn't fit.
Oh, okay.
I just stopped the print.
Oh, okay.
Actually, as we're talking,
let's see.
Oh, it's just I need it a little tiny bit tighter.
You got your Wilson fence is almost done. It's because Tor always hides behind the mic on accident. I was like, "You're like Wilson from Home Improvement." Just the eyes, just the eyes. That's all you get is just the eyes.
There we go.
All right. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. My thoughts overall, regardless of the stuff I bitch, I think this is a good value for the money. We'll see how it holds up over time. Just the one thing I really don't like is the exposed cable for the screen, because you have to be very careful about not accidentally dropping something on it, or like I could see it being on, like, I leave the snips around my printers, and if you accidentally shove that, it gets pushed and shoved under the printer and hits the cable, that cable is very easy to damage. They're not very resilient. Now, I will give them this. They did put like tape, like a felt, not a felt, but like a fabric tape over both sides of it, because that tells me they know that it's prone to damage. I wish they would have like fully sleeved it so you don't see anything. Yeah, you could put a cable cover over, but it's just something to keep an eye out. That's something you're gonna be very careful around. Other than that, and this is just me nitpicking because I don't like these knockoff power supplies. Like, I'll take the Creality knockoff over whatever this is, but I'll probably be swapping this out for a Meanwell. So
good news is it looks like they do have replacement parts for just about everything.
Do they? Well, that's good. Do they have new tool head boards? You can share your screen. You can share your screen. Let's see what the prices are on those. Why are you barking at me? I'm just playing with Comet. Remo's barking at me.
So they have hard nozzles, replacement beds, power supply, the whole.
Does the bed come with? Setup. Does the bed come with the bed accelerometer?
Oh, it's not going to pull up that page.
You got to switch the tab.
Like,
yeah. You should be able to switch the tab. There you go. Does it
not look like?
It's got the cable on it. Yeah, the cable is there to connect to the accelerometer right there.
Yeah, you have the connector, but not the actual.
Oh yeah, you could easily run that off a 350 watt. You see that bed's only 220 watts. That'll definitely run on a 350. Meanwhile, no problem. Your screen's not being shared anymore. There you go.
When I close that tab, so they have the tool head board,
camera module. The prices actually aren't bad. That's a little steep for those fans. I might look at getting fans because I can definitely get fans even with PWM for cheaper than that. Screen. Oh, they even sell the board for the screen. Interesting. Do they sell the whole screen too?
Yeah.
45. That's pretty high for what that is. $69 for main board. That's okay. I mean, I guess it is an SBC with a.
I don't see the ribbon cable, and I don't see the accelerometer for the bed.
Yeah, they might still be adding them, but they do have a lot. It's nice to see a lot of parts already on there.
Yeah.
So
both.
Yeah. What's
standard and brass nozzles, or hardened and brass nozzles. Full head board.
Yeah. Hopefully they add the ribbon cable for the screen on. I guess it's not a ribbon cable. It's technically a flat flex cable is what they're called. What is that? Click the nozzle board communication cable. Click that on the right there. Wait, no, go back to the other one. Go back to page 2. Go to page 2. All the way on the right. The ACE nozzle board communication cable. Is that the whole?
This is just
that's the whole
wiring harness for the.
Okay. Gotcha. That's not bad. $16 for that is actually not bad at all. So yeah, I mean, I would assume if they've already got these all listed, they're probably like, honestly, it's nice to see like you can buy the parts. So if you're planning on getting more than one of these, or you really like it, I would probably grab like a spare main board, a spare nozzle adapter board. They're calling that, it's a tool head board.
Especially since this has no cooling.
Yeah, it is nice. Click on that again. Is that a STM32 processor in there? They blurred it out. I guess you want to know I'm willing to bet because if they ever switch it to Gigadevice chips or something else, they don't want people going, well, this picture showed it's an STM chip. And I got a Gigadevice chip. I'm surprised that they use an STM chip. It's good that they use an STM chip because the STM chips will do a lot better being really hot. And you can see that chip. Oh, so they're showing in there it's STM.
Yeah, it's an STM.
It's nice that they got all the PA. They got all the pinouts for that. Yeah.
I missed one.
That's the strain gauge connector.
Well, they have positive ground and then the 2 data.
Yeah, I wonder what the strain gauge is. Yeah, that's another thing. They don't have the strain gauge there, but you can buy the whole hot end assembly.
Yeah.
So they probably are actually using that USB-C cable as USB.
I mean, it's what, 50 watts for 50 watt max?
Yeah,
for that,
I guess if they're doing like, I don't know if they'd be doing power delivery. You actually have to be able to see that little square chip right below the USB-C header. You obviously can't read it there, but that could be a power delivery chip, and USB PD can deliver up to, I think, 20 volts, either 19 or 20 volts. Like it can get up there. Might even be higher, but they might be running something custom too.
Volts. Yeah.
Yeah, they might be running something custom too. But it's USB. Oh, that says fan. I thought that said can on mine. I thought it said can. There's nothing. That says fan 1. Headers. No, look on the left. It says fan 1. Mine doesn't have anything plugged in on that port.
Well, you have fan 3 and fan 2. So
it does. Oh, I don't know why I said can. It says fan. I guess I am. No. I'm just
is there anything plugged into it?
No, there's nothing plugged into it.
So we can add cooling for the board.
Yeah, you could actually add a fan to it. And I'm assuming PA1, that's going to be your control. And then PA6 is going to be your RPM, like your tachometer. I'm wondering if there's FETs. You can
check the config. We have the configs available.
Yeah, so I'm wondering how they're controlling the fans. There must be... I'm not going to take it out of here just yet. I probably will later. I'm wondering if the FETs to control the fans are on the rear. Unless they're just using PWM, because I think you can just... I'm trying to think. I think you could just use a PWM signal then, and you don't even need a FET because the fan's PWM'd. Does that make sense?
Yeah. The product page is just blurred. There's only one picture.
Yeah.
So we would have to take off the actual board to see.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap this up. It's 7:20 here already. So, and I know you need to get going.
My food's down the street. So
okay. Soon. All right. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. And as always, happy printing. Again, I give it a thumbs up despite the things I complain about. I'd buy another one of these.
For less than $300.
I can't complain. I can't complain. Yeah, my big gripe is that cable for the display being exposed. It can be easily damaged. And my nitpick, which I always have nitpick with the printer, is can we get like a quality power supply, not this weird whatever the hell brand this is. It's not even a brand. It's the China Special. So, all right. Thanks for watching. As always, happy printing. If you guys want to support this channel and fund us so we can buy printers and give you actual honest reviews, unlike other channels, buy something for our shop. You can go to th3dstudio.com and buy filament. And also, if you guys are on our email list, there was a nice coupon sent out for 50% off our 50 milliliter bottles of bed cement and 20% off flex plates, filament, and any flex plate magnets. And that's good until the 18th. I think it expires on... Yeah, it's good through the weekend. So if you guys are on our email list, make sure you check your email. There's some awesome coupons in there. And we will be doing a Black Friday sale, but I'm not going to tell you what's in it because we're still planning it out. Nothing like last minute.
If you're on the email list, you'll know soon.
Yep. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. As always, happy printing.